Respected dear family members, my pranams to you. Many people from world over, belonging to all religions and different groups, used to ask me a very serious question. Many people used to come to the office of Indian Institute of Scientific Heritage, Trivandrum, and also to our center, National Heritage Center, Trichur, inquiring about how to learn Hindu Dharma, how to learn Sanatana Dharma, and from where we have to start learning Hinduism. Many Keralites, people from outside Kerala, outside India, like this variety of people from different religion, different nation, used to come and ask the question. So I thought it will be better to give an introduction on various aspects of Hindu Dharma, focusing on learning Hinduism. After learning by you, my request is that you should teach others without any superstition and with the strong support of scientific, logical and rational background. Whatever you are learning now, my request to you is that you have to listen twice or thrice. If possible, note down the points and then try to teach your own family members, friends, colleagues, and those who are directly or indirectly associated with you. I also would like to request you the link of what I am telling today onwards, that should be spread to one and all, to as many people as possible, so that it will be reaching to all the people who are interested in learning Hinduism. Today I will be talking to you about few lines that you should know about Vedas. Many people used to ask the question, the religious book of Christians is Bible, religious book of Muslims, Quran, that of Sikh, Guru Granth Sahib, and so on. What is the religious book of Hindu Dharma? Remember that we have got thousands of literature written by thousands of rishis on thousands of subjects for the last many thousands of years. But foundation of all this literature start from Vedas. Veda means knowledge. Vidya, Veda. Veda means knowledge, and Rigveda is the oldest literature in the world. That is the foundation literature of Hindu Dharma. 4 Vedas are there, you know, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharva Veda. And remember that mantras are intermixed. Many mantras from Rigveda can be seen in Yajurveda also. Mantras from Rigveda and Yajurveda are used for Samaganam, that is in Samaveda. Mantras from all the three can be seen in Atharva Veda also. In all the four Vedas, independent separate mantras are also there. So Veda means knowledge. The knowledge created by more than 200 rishis. The Vedas are composed by nearly 200 rishis. Every sukta begins with the name of the rishi who composed it. Say for example, Gadino Vishwamitra Rishi Devi Gayatri Chanda Mitro Devada. One sukta composed by Gadina Vishwamitra. It is composed in Gayatri Chandas, and the Devada deity of that mantra is Mitra, that is sun, Surya Deva. So every sukta begins with three messages who composed it, and what is the number of letters in that sukta given through the name of Chandas, and what is the deity adored in that particular mantra. So more than 200 rishis involved in composing all these Veda mantras, and Veda Vyasa Krishna Dvaivayana classified these mantras under four categories. Krishna Dvaivayana, Veda Vyasa classified all the mantras composed by these 200 rishis into Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharva Veda. Many rishis later contributed to these four Vedas, and thus for each Veda many shakhas, recensions got created. So Rigveda, some addition, deletion, modification and corrections were done in Rigveda. So we have got Shakala Shakha Rigveda, Bhashkala Shakha Rigveda, Sangyayana Shakha Rigveda, Kaushidagi Shakha Rigveda and so on. Yajurveda also has got addition, deletion, modification and correction. So we have got Krishna Yajurveda, Shukla Yajurveda, Kada Shakha, Chagalina Shakha and so on. 108 shakhas are there for Yajurveda. So now you know shakhas of Rigveda, like that shakhas of Yajurveda, like that shakhas of Samaveda. It is said more than 1000 shakhas are there for, recensions are there for Samaveda, created by addition, deletion, modification and correction of some ancient literature. Of course, no correction, addition, deletion and modification. And 35 shakhas of Yajurveda are now available. Nearly 10 shakhas of Samaveda are now available. And Atharva Veda also 52 shakhas are there, got by addition, deletion and modification. So Veda means knowledge, created by 200 rishis, classified into 4 Vedas by Krishna Dvaivayana Veda Vyasa. Vedas give only messages. Vedas give only messages, absolutely no stories, no events are described, And Vedas give the messages for everything connected with the human being directly or indirectly, and connected with the nature, ocean, mountains, living beings, non-living beings, planets, air, fire, and so on. That's what I said, everything. And in Vedas, heaven and hell, sin or virtue are not mentioned. So the messages are applicable for Hindus, Christians, Muslims, leftist, rightist or middleist. The messages of Vedas are not meant exclusively for Hindus. It can be applicable for anyone. That is why the Vedas are declared as the oldest human heritage, world heritage of human beings by UNESCO. Vedas give universal messages, adoptable and adaptable by anyone in the world. The 200 and odd rishis who composed the Veda mantras are known as mantra drashtaraha. Generally we can hear or listen Veda mantra, but the rishis who composed the Veda mantra are known as mantra drashtaraha, which means those who watched the mantra, those who could see the mantra. What does it mean? Mantras are seen means the rishis could see the nature and what they saw in the nature, that they composed as mantras and written and included in the Vedas. So what they observed outside, just copied as words. What they observed, watched and noted in the nature, that they just described. That is why they are known as mantra drashtaraha. Vedas are known as anadi. Why it is known as anadi? Because who wrote these mantras are known, but when these mantras were written, that is not known at all. So the beginning of Veda mantra, the day during when it was composed, many people tried to go back and analyze, but miserably failed. And many people suggest Vedas are 5,000 year old, 10,000 year old, 20,000 year old, or millions and millions of years old. Those are all their opinion and observation. But nobody can say when Vedas were composed. So we call it as anadi, without knowing the beginning period. Vedas are also known as apaurusheya. Why it is known as apaurusheya? Because it is humanly impossible to compose such lines with the messages in very, very specific number of letters and most appropriate words thousands and thousands of years ago. Correct letter, correct word, correct number of lines, correct suktas could be composed. That is why it is known as apaurusheya, humanly impossible. So now we know the meaning of mantra drashtaraha, we know the meaning of anadi, we know the meaning of apaurusheya, we know the meaning of Veda, we know how many rishis composed this Veda mantra, and we do not know when it was composed. We know that when there is no hell and heaven in Veda, We know that there is no mention of sin or virtue. Vedas give universal messages. That is why Vedas are declared as human heritage and world heritage. And when Vedas are chanted, neuro-linguistic effect is produced when you are chanting or listening that. It's a musical effect, just like music therapy. We have got mantra therapy. When you continuously listen Veda mantras, your brain waves will become normal, heartbeat appears to become normal, blood pressure becomes normal, cholesterol and adrenaline level becomes normal. So a curative effect is formed in your body when you are listening Veda mantra. Veda mantras are ideal for pregnant women to listen. It gives a Abhimanyu effect for the baby. Veda mantras are used for performing pujas. Veda mantras are used for performing yagas. Veda mantras are used for merely doing the prayer. Veda mantras are used for meditation. Veda mantras are nowadays used for treating the heart patient, BP patient, cancer patient as part of new age therapy. Veda mantras are known to decrease the high blood pressure and normalize that. Veda mantras have got 3 types of meaning, so that writing the meaning of Vedas very difficult. Writing a commentary for Vedas is also very difficult. Why it is difficult? Because for each mantra there is first Adhyatmika meaning connected with individual, Adi Bhaudika meaning, the meaning connected with the society, or Adhyatmikam, Adi Bhaudikam, the surroundings. The third meaning is Adhidevata, connected with the whole universe. So Adhyatmikam, individual conscious, Adi Bhaudikam, social consciousness, Adhidevata, cosmic consciousness. Individual consciousness, social consciousness and cosmic consciousness are explained in a complementary way in Veda mantra. That's the importance of Veda mantra. All the 3, individual consciousness, Adhyatmika, Artha, Adi Bhaudika Artha, social consciousness, Adhidevata Artha, cosmic consciousness, are not conflicting, not contradicting, not confusing. They are complementing and coexisting and cooperating way. These meanings are explained. So for an ordinary man giving a commentary for Veda mantras, impossible. You can see when the Western scholars tried to write the messages of Veda mantras or commentary for Veda mantra, they miserably failed, because they thought that Vedas may be like Bible or Quran. So Bible and Quran are superficial, just for the common man on the top only. But Veda mantras go deep into the individual consciousness, social consciousness and cosmic consciousness, where understanding the meaning and messages are not that easy for even a Western scholar. So they, instead of interpreting Veda mantras, including Max Muller, misinterpreted Veda mantras. Misinterpreted with a crooked idea also. According to Max Muller's message, he wanted to give a misinterpretation for Vedas, for creating a vacuum and mistrust in the Vedas among the Hindus. They wanted to create a vacuum in the mind of the Hindus so that the Bible can be filled in that vacuum. That's why he wanted intentionally to misinterpret as per the Macaulay's instruction. That is another way. But Veda mantras have got 3 meanings. That is why after chanting each Veda mantra, we say Om Shanti. First Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Three Shanti means Shanti for individuals, Shanti for society, Shanti in the cosmic system. Individual system, social system, cosmic system. The peace should exist. Shanti should exist. Then only these three will become complementary and cooperating, coexisting. It's wrongly told that Vedas should not be learned by low caste people. Remember that Vedas are not composed by high caste people. Vedas were composed by Kshatriya and not by Brahmana. And Vedas were classified into four and further by Veda Vyasa, who was born as the son of a fisherwoman, Malsya Gandhi. So telling that Veda mantra should not be learned by the people at lower caste can be seen nowhere in our literature. But the so-called intellectuals, progressives and leftists created such a wrong impression and spread the world over, and thus could divide Hindu society. All the people who composed Veda mantras are non-Brahmins. Classification done by non-Brahmins. Our customs and rituals are written by non-Brahmins. And remember that for learning Veda mantra, you need so many criteria. It is not that easy. It's not that simple also. That is why it is told everyone need not study Veda. Everyone cannot study Veda mantra. But it is never told that everyone should not learn Veda mantra. Such a comment is not at all there. In fact, the definition of Brahmana is that anyone belonging to any caste, after learning Veda mantra, then his title is known as Brahmana. Brahma Jnanena Eva Brahmana. So Brahmana is not by birth, it's by his mission-oriented work. Those who have got the capacity to learn Veda mantra and teach Veda mantra, they are known as Veda mantra. They are known as Brahmanas. Now, why it is told Veda mantras difficult? Say, for example, if you want to read Mahabharata, then you can read it just like any ordinary textbook. Bhishma uvaja jagat prabhum deva devamanandam purushottamam stuvannama sahasrena purushasya tadortadatameva charchayan nityam bhaktya purusham avyayam dhyayan purusham vyascha. Like that you can read Mahabharata. Purana also you can read accordingly. Rishirvaja chakradeya suragana nigadedi vidya tasminduratmani Surari Valeja Devyadam Duštavo Pranati Timradarodaram Savakmi Praharshabulagol Gamajaru Deha Devya Yadadamidam Jagatma Shaktya Nishesha Devagana Shakti Samoha Murtyatam Ambigama Giladeva Maharshi Murtyam Bhaktyana Dasma Vidadadu Shubhani Sana. Like that you can read. Like you are reading any poetry written by any poet in the 21st century, you can read Ramayana, you can read Mahabharata, you can read or chant the mantras from Puranas. But for chanting Veda mantra or reading Veda mantra, 10 Srutis are there. It is not that easy to learn. Udatta, Anudatta, Swarida, Reva, Hraswa, Pracheya, Anunasika, Kamba, Dirgha, Kamba, Pluda. Say one mantra, I will chant. Apsume somo apravida edandar vishwa nibheshajaha akninja vishwashambhuvam avascha vishwabheshajihi avapranida bheshajam varudam danve. mama jokcha suryam ndrishe idamava pravahada yat kinjaduridam mayi yatvaham avidodroha yatvasheva udamrudam avo adyanvajarisham risena samagasmahi prayasvanagna agahi tammasam nadavarchasa. This is the Shruti needed. Agnime ile purohidam yajnasya deva mritvijam hodaram ratnadadamam agni purve ebershi bhididhyo nutanairuta sadevang ehavakshati agnina arayimashna vadposhame dive dive yasasam veeravattamam agneyam yajnamatvaram vishwada paripurasi sayeddeveshu gacchati. So this is the way in which Veda mantra should be chanted, which can be and which should be learned from childhood. Otherwise, getting a Shruti of chanting is becoming very difficult. So one need not study Veda mantra because Vedic messages are explained and demonstrated through Ramayana. The life of Bharata, life of Rama, life of Lakshmana, life of Sita, all the 20 characters of Ramayana just convey you the message, practical Dharma Shastra of Vedic messages in Ramayana. Similarly, Vedic messages are indirectly demonstrated through Mahabharata, and Vedic messages, because Vedas are the foundations of Hindu Dharma, those messages are explained as stories through Puranas. Vedic messages are explained as stories and experiences in Mahabharata. Vedic messages are explained as experiences in Ramayana. Vedic method of learning is explained in Vedangas. So one need not study Veda mantra, but if you can study Veda mantra, like Narayana Gurudeva did, he is not born for a so-called Brahmin parents. He is born and brought up in a so-called low caste. So Veda mantras convey you the messages applicable for anyone in the world, independent of his caste, creed, religion, or country of origin, or sex, or age, or knowledge background, or academic qualification. Anybody can learn Veda mantra, but learning is difficult. So my request to you is that you should listen Veda mantra, continuously listen Veda mantra, even though it is difficult for you to understand the meaning and message of Veda mantra in the beginning. During the course of time, it will become part and parcel of your daily routine. My request to you is that whether you are a Christian, Muslim, or Hindu, or leftist, or rightist, whatever may be your political lenience, try to listen Veda mantra every day, morning half an hour or evening half an hour, or either by when you are working, or when you are taking rest, or when you are reading, or when you are watching the TV, or when you are working in the computer, listen the Veda mantras. That is what is practiced in the West nowadays, including non-Hindus. It gives neuro-linguistic effect. When you know the meaning of Veda mantra, it gives a neuro-linguistic effect and psycho-linguistic effect other than the messages of Veda mantra. So try to learn Veda mantra if and only if it is possible by you and an appropriate teacher is available. But learning Veda mantra through CDs and cassettes will give a distorted way of chanting, but for specific learning you need a guru under whom you will have to struggle for months and years together. Even for learning the reading of Veda mantra, it may take 6 to 10 months or even 1 year for you. So listen Veda mantra, make others listen Veda mantra, try to understand nearly 100, at least 100 messages from thousands and thousands of messages given in Vedas, at least 100 Veda mantra based messages you should understand. Now I am sure that you are thorough in the Vedas. At least this much knowledge you should have as an Indian or as a human being who respect Indian heritage and Indian culture. My request to every Christian and every Muslim in the world and also every Hindu in the world is that you should listen Veda mantra. And when you learn Veda mantra, don't think that when you have to get yourself converted into Hindu Dharma. Be a good Christian, be a good Muslim, be a good XYZ, and try to listen Veda mantra and try to understand the Veda mantra so that you will become a better world citizen. That is what it is told. Sangachadvam samvadadvam samvo manamsi janada deva bhagam yada purve sanjanana upasade samano mandra samidis samani samanam manasaha chittamesham samanam mandram abhimandrayeva samanena vohabisha jugomi samaniva agudis samana hridayanivaha samanamastu vo mano yada vasu sahasadi. This is the mantra of unity, telling the world citizens, people belonging to all the countries, nearly 720 crore people, to live together, stay together, share together, care together, and cure together. Keep an open mind and a transparent vision and an openness throughout your activities, and live a happy, useful, purposeful, fruitful and meaningful life for you, your family, your society and your nation. With these words, I would like to conclude my message on Vedas. Tomorrow we will be going to the Brahminical literature known as Brahmanas. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Spread the message to others. Copy the link of this YouTube and spread it to others. Thank you very much.